Bullets were flying in Compton last Wednesday night. This LA County Sheriff's Patrol car involved in a pursuit riddled with rounds from an assault rifle. A sheriff's helicopter struck as well, and caught in the crossfire, 65-year-old Ricky Starks.
What's going on, everybody? It's Jay Coffee Talk. Thank you for tuning in. As always, very much appreciated. Please take a moment, hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, and the notification bell. Stay up on the channel. Please get up in the comments, share your thoughts, take opinion, all that. As you know, your feedback is very, very important to my channel. But
he went to get some cigarettes.
Mary Starks is Ricky's mother. The 91-year-old says her second son was a loner who lived with her and worked later in life as a handyman, quiet but well-known throughout the neighborhood. His body was found after the late-night shootout near his bicycle.
That was his heart. That bike, he would ride around and go places to cut grass or whatever. He'd always ride his bike.
you know, I just wanted to bring a update on this whole YG story, you know, the shootout involving his bulletproof Cadillac Escalade. Now, you know, we hear things that happen, shootings and you know, different stuff like that, sometimes involving, famous people, fights or club shootings, or in this case a shootout involving a car and a chase and stuff like that. But you know, a lot of times you don't really hear much outside of like the news, you know, as far as the celebrity involved. But you know, when I posted on my Instagram story about this whole situation, someone commented, you know, this was a few days ago, and was saying, you'll see it popping up on the screen, you know, with all the different images and stuff coming up on the screen during this video. In the comments there on my post, someone commented and said, you know, that was my dad's good friend, that was my uncle who was killed. He was the innocent bystander who was killed in the shooting. He referred to him as Bicycle Rick, and you know, he just was very hurt by this, and you know, said rest in peace out to Bicycle Rick. So I just wanted to you know, take a moment and say rest in peace to Bicycle Rick. Very sad, you know, situation. Guy sound like just a good dude, you know, who you know, you see his mom speaking and everything, and she's heartbroken. His mom is 91 and he's 65 years old, and he's just, you know, one of those guys that was a part of the community. You know, he was known to be on his bike all the time, ride around, do handyman work, and, you know, just minded his own business. And it's very sad, you know, 65 years old, or I'm sorry, yeah, 65, and still going strong, and his life was taken as a result of this shooting. And, you know, I just wanted to talk about that on this channel, because as I said, when you hear the news, you know, normally it's, you just, oh, YG's car was in a shootout. You don't hear about, you know, the everyday people like you or me who this affects. So it's a very, very sad situation. You know, and also another reason I wanted to bring it up is because a lot of times with the news and things like this, you know, it doesn't seem, people nowadays have a problem sometimes just reality clicking in their head. You know what I mean? And this is the reality of this, that, you know, a man was killed as a result of this, and you know, his mom is heartbroken. As you saw, the guy, his father's good friend who commented on my Instagram, he's heartbroken. People are tore up over this. So I just wanted to, you know, say that I'm gonna say a prayer for this individual and, you know, his family and friends and all of them affected by this. Very, very sad. And you know, he happened to be going to get some smokes in the area, go grab a pack of smokes, he told his mom, and he never came back. So Rest in peace, Bicycle Rick. And, this story, as we know, I touched on this in 2 other videos. Someone driving this car registered to YG was driving erratically. Police believe they were intoxicated, went to pull them over. They didn't want to pull over. And, they went on a chase in a shootout going through Compton, ended up in Inglewood.
Say it was armored with bullet-resistant glass. But even more interesting, its registered owner is this man, the popular rapper YG. He has denied being involved in the pursuit, and investigators still have not said whether the rounds that struck Starks came from the SUV or the deputies in pursuit. Starks' mom wants answers.
I would love to get justice because he didn't bother nobody. He didn't do nothing but laugh and talk with you and speak and go on about his business.
And, someone is killed, as we just said, and a sheriff deputy was also wounded, but he's okay. He went home to his family. And, unfortunately, this other man didn't. Very, very sad. But, just wanted to tap in and, as I said, report on the reality of this outside of entertainment industry and the music industry. Now, it's kind of crazy what's going on here. As we've seen, YG tweeted out, I was, saying he was not involved. He was nowhere around. He was in the recording studio, and his attorneys are, handling this. And I don't know, what's going on with this investigation other than, it's just kind of crazy is what I'm saying is they detained someone. Someone ran away from the scene. We know there was at least 2 people there. YG, obviously, as we said, spoke to police. He hasn't been charged or anything like that. They weren't able to link him to the shooting or to the people, who were using his car. And, someone was calling me stupid, basically, on one of my other videos when I spoke about this, because I was saying, YG must have said he didn't, if he did know who was using his car, if he gave someone permission, he's not going to tell the police that, he's keeping his mouth shut. And I was saying, to cover himself for that, what did he say? His car was stolen or something like that. And someone was like, what are you, stupid? The person who had the car had the keys and blah, blah. Well, first off, we don't know that. We assume that because it's pretty hard nowadays to hotwire a car, I believe. But, maybe he said the keys were stolen. We don't know. What we do know is YG hasn't been charged in this or anything like that. And, obviously they don't have anything to prove that he did know who was using his car. So he must have had some kind of story, I believe, that he told the police. But as far as the person that was detained, we don't know if they're still in custody. But we do know is that they did not charge that person as the, person who was shooting. So, they're having a tough time figuring out who the shooter was. So, the shooter is still at large, or if it is the man who was detained, as I said, we don't know if he is even still in custody. We know that he hasn't been charged. They're having a hard time as far as, putting the evidence together and, figuring out who the shooter was and everything. Now, what's going to happen, and I'm sure, this has been spoke about on other channels, whoever, is the shooter, as we know, they haven't said whose round, killed the innocent bystander, but it's not going to matter because the shooter is going to be the one that's going to be charged with this homicide, whether it was his bullet or the police's bullet, because the felonies that he was committing, in going on this high-speed chase and shooting is the reason, even if it wasn't his bullets, as I said, that killed Ricky Starks, a.k.a. Bicycle Rick. So, he's responsible for that because of the crimes that he committed. Now, This is just sad, man. This kind of stuff, when someone innocent gets killed like this, it always, makes you think how life can really be taken from you at any moment. You know what I mean? You could be hit by a car, a plane could fall out of the sky, you could end up in a shooting. You know what I'm saying? Anything could happen. You never know. But the family, wants answers. They are very, very upset. Of course, you would imagine they would be. But the mom's quote, as you see, in the footage, and I'll read it again. She said, "I would love to get justice because he didn't bother nobody. He would just laugh and talk to you and then go about his business." So, also too, in a YouTube video, someone else commented and was saying that they knew the person who was killed also. So it was kind of, I just felt I should mention this in my video, because the two people who spoke about this before it was even in the news. So I just felt it was only right to say rest in peace to this man and say a prayer for him. But kind of a crazy story. Everyone's basically must be keeping their mouth shut. And, YG, he's got an attorney, I'm sure a very good attorney to handle it. And I don't know, like, what do you guys think? Do you guys think, we're just kind of, this is just theories here. We're not really going off much other than just, what we think and our opinion. But what do you guys think? Do you think YG, knows who the shooter was? Do you guys think that they're going to figure this out? I mean, I'd imagine as of right now, there's all kinds of video footage, I'm sure, different, there's cameras everywhere nowadays. So they're trying to put these, footage together, I'm sure, to investigate this. As we've seen on screenshots and little clips, there's footage from cameras that's been out in the news, but I'm sure there's other footage that the police have that they're not releasing at this time. But I don't know, man, just a very sad situation. As I said, you see things like this happen with celebrities, but you don't hear about the everyday people, as I said. So just wanted to tap in and make this video and see what everyone thinks about, this case and everything. Thank you for watching. Look forward to talking with you guys in the comments and hearing all your guys' thoughts on this situation. And once again, rest in peace to Ricky Starks, aka Bicycle Rick. Have a good one, everyone. Early in the morning, if you hear I'm a little slow with the video. Didn't get a lot of sleep, up bright and early, ready to make the most of my day. So talk to you guys later. I'm out of here. Peace.